Hi, Gemini. So we have the Six of Swords, we have Death, the major arcana, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Six of Swords, we see the hooded, an obscured figure in the boat with the swords, heading out on the water, heading out under the dark sky with a little bit of break in that dark sky, which is the light. And so this boat is going to be moving toward the light. When we think of the Six of Swords, we think of it as transition, as movement, as making a decision for yourself to remove yourself from whatever has been happening, whatever you've been involved in that you feel perhaps is not serving you, not helping you, not benefiting you, that you feel compelled to move forward, to move out of there. And so here it's under the night sky and with the hope of finding this beautiful light. And so there are times within our lives when we reach a threshold where we feel that we need to take action. We need to literally climb into that boat and take off and make the move. And I would say that for many, it could be a very permanent, final thing that you're going to do, that you're going to make this move and get out of where you were. And giving yourself a chance to start new and to find some peace, to find some serenity. Others may feel that maybe they need a temporary leave, a separation of some sort in order to gather their thoughts, in order to contemplate, to work things out in your head first, and maybe this is a preliminary step before the final move, but this is definitely movement to a better situation for you. It takes a lot of courage to do this. It takes a lot of really touching base with your emotions, even though it's the swords and it's our intellect and our reason. You are making a very clear choice, which is to travel out this way, to travel away from the rough waters, if you will, toward the calmer waters. And so with this Six of Swords, for some it's literal travel, and maybe literal travel by boat. But more often than not, if you're in a toxic situation, you may have hit your limit, and you may have said, I need to get out of here. I need to remove myself from this social group, or I need to remove myself from this marriage, this job, or this relationship. So it's interesting that the Six of Swords is adjacent to the Death card. And here comes the Death card, and I do like the white horse coming as well, but, can't escape the symbolic death. We can't escape that some things have a natural life cycle, that are going to live and then they're going to die off. The leaves, plants eventually perhaps. And so we have to make do with that concept. We have to accept it. We have to learn to live with it. And then we have to do our best during the process. So the Death card essentially means that something has to come to an end. You have to let whatever the situation may be, you probably know it instinctively and intuitively, you're going to have to let it go. It's going to be no use to try to resuscitate or to try to keep it going. You're getting a very clear picture here of moving on and letting something end, letting it go. When we let things die off, when we let things end, yes, we may suffer hardship. Yes, we may suffer pain and sadness and grief. But on the other side of that are possibilities. New doors opening, new chances for something new, something invigorating, something to restore life and positive life energy to you. So it's always interesting to see this card because it is powerful with the Grim Reaper walking toward you, and you're like, oh my goodness. But it's not so much of physical death. This we're talking about, it can be the death of a way of thinking, a death of the belief that maybe you had toward a relationship or toward a situation that you always thought it might work out. And maybe now the realization comes that it's not working out and it's going to have to end. And circumstances bring you to this juncture. The Six of Swords, which is the actual transition and movement. And here's the symbolic, the death of a way that you are used to, a way of thinking, a way of living. Something is triggering and going to end, and it's going to trigger the move. So with death and the Six of Swords, we have the Eight of Pentacles. In the Eight of Pentacles, we see the woman here working diligently on her fabric and with her needles, I suppose. Let me just look closer. Yes, looks like she's working with the needles. She's very proud of her work. It is skilled work. She's focused. She is displaying her efforts. And this could be a message of whatever's been happening here. Perhaps relief will be gained if you focus on your work. If you focus on your skills, your talents, your abilities, and what you do well. Because sometimes we can get solace from putting our heads down and working on, whether you're an artist, whether you're painting, of putting yourself in that moment. It can distract you from, the turmoil or the tumultuousness. I can't even say that today. The difficulties, the volatility of life. And we can be centered sometimes. Some people can find their center when they focus on work. For some of you, perhaps this is movement away from a job that isn't, providing you what you need. This is hard work. It's some may say it's a grunt, but it's skilled. It goes to taking your abilities and really honing in and doing the best that you can do. And from this person here has learned how to do this skill through training, through experience, and is probably noted for the good job. So what I see here is however you would read this for yourself or relate to this for yourself, we see taking yourself away from a situation that doesn't serve you, letting it end, letting it go, whether it's your thinking, whether it was a hope, whether it was a relationship that is just not what you hoped it would be or believed it would be, that you're letting it go. Maybe it's time to focus on your work. And then for some of you, perhaps this is all related to the grind and the grunt. And the focus is that you need to transition from this type of work. Maybe you want to create more space in your life. Maybe you want to create more freedom. The value of being able to work from home and to create your own schedule has become very enticing to many people. Instead of the traditional 9 to 5 in a cube at the office, and where you're checking in or checking out or having the supervisor watch your moves, many people are moving away from that model and trying to find freedom. And so there are many ways to look at these cards, and it's a powerful spread. So let's take a look at the numbers. We have 6 and 8 is 14. 14 and 13 is 27. 27 reduces to 9, and 9 is about nearing completion. It's about spirituality and idealism. Can be some wisdom. So I'm going to choose 2 oracle cards tonight, one for love and one for an animal spirit. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So it's a lovely message, which is to be playful, be fun, and particularly when things get heavy in a relationship, be silly. There's no harm in being silly. Lighten lighten the load, lighten the mood, lighten the spirit. There will always be times for the more serious, focused, heavy and deep discussions, but occasionally let's have some fun. It's a relationship, for goodness sake. Let's have and create the fun within the relationship. And so finally, let's choose a animal spirit card. The mosquito. Survival, targeted action, determination, persistence, self-preservation, and a go-getter. Shadow side, gossip, greed, avarice, merciless, energy vampire. So mosquito, the words that pop out to me, it's the persistence, it's the self-preservation. Because I would say through the Six of Swords and the Death card, there is an element here of self-preservation that you have to put your needs first. You really have to think about how you're dealing with your life and your life situations, and the determination to break free and to allow something to end goes to survival, which is your state of mind, your state of being. So friends, I hope that you found something helpful here today with this reading. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, share this video, comment below, and I will see you tomorrow for another reading. Take care. Bye-bye.